dive into is AI testing. But at this stage, I don't know whether we are retiring or, or let's see how it goes. you know. Thank you. Next is skill gap. So we have Case Academy, which one of our purpose or goal is to address the skill gap challenges by training aspiring testers, even experienced testers. So we have trainings, packaged for all categories of people in tech. And like Miriam rightly said, today we're also giving out scholarship to interested students. And so, yes, like I said, skill gap, we want to bridge the gap between training and market needs. So we know there's a challenge of, in the tech industry, companies are in need of testers, not just testers, but skilled tester, qualified tester. And this has become a challenge. And one of the things Case Academy is doing is understanding these challenges and looking for ways we can, bridge those gaps and produce quality testers. And so speaking about our vision for the future, at TestForge, our vision is to, one, elevate standard, two, empower professionals like you and I, and three, we continue to build communities within, Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. And as we embark on this journey, let's remember that advancing quality is not solitary task. It's not a solitary task. It is a collective effort that demands collaboration, creativity, and relentless pursuit of excellence. So at this junction, I'll be dropping the mic as we move to the next agenda. And thank you all for listening.
All right. I thought you were going to drop the mic like this. So Toby, very exciting gentleman. I've known Toby for roughly 24 years now. So he's, like they'll say, he's like a brother to me. I've always protected him while he was a younger man, I made sure nobody bullied him. As you can see his body, like that. Small but mighty. So I used to protect him a lot. We actually attended the same high school. And one thing I must let you know is that, especially for the enthusiasts, that Toby never gave the sign that he was going to be a tech bro. However, here he is, like she said, with over 2,000 students. Anything is possible if you set your mind to it. A round of applause, please.
Yes, please. And I'm happy to know that I've known Toby longer than you.
Yeah, it's not how well, though.
Even though you act like you gave birth to the two of you together.
These are the issues.
Toby, tell him. All right. All right, thank you so much, Toby. Please, another round of applause for Toby, please. He's the reason we're here. Okay, we are moving on to the first panelist session for today, and that is on session 2. And the topic is non-functional testing as a major concern before going to production. As a product manager, that thing, it really eats me. Because product managers take all the blame. We barely take all the glory. Okay? If it goes well, we do. And for me, QA is my secret weapon. That's why if any bug makes it to production and it is critical, high, or medium, the QA that day will have me to contend with. And it's not shouting, no. They'll just be chasing the person in their dream. So for this panel session, this is going to be held by my brother and friend, Mubarak Arimia.
Applaud the stage for Mubarak, please.
Hi, Mubarak. Mubarak in the room. And the topic is non-functional testing as a major concern before going to production. We call it live, we call it deployment, all are the same. Mubarak, over to you.
Speakers first, right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Start by introducing speakers and calling them. Is it the stage now or podium? Yeah, please do that.
His
Thank you.
picture is not fine, that's why we hid him there.
Don't
All
do
right,
that.
so let's welcome to the stage the people that will be talking about this topic. First, I have Mr. Tolu Olatunde, Senior QA Engineer. Thank you. Next, I have Mr. Olugbenga Oje, Senior QA Lead. And I also have Jane Abassa, Alumni QA Engineer. I also have Mr. Tosin Ogunkoyede, Senior QA Engineer. I don't know if Fatima Abdurrahman is in the room.
No, she couldn't make it.
She couldn't make it, so we're going to have 4 people on the panel. And Jane, I trust you, a woman amongst men. Thank you so much and enjoy the session, please. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy to say I'm a feminist. Is that the right word? Okay, welcome everyone. Please, who is controlling the screen? Basically, so I think to understand can I punch? Can I hold a spoon? Can I move the spoon from my plate when it is filled up into my mouth? Bring it as close as possible to our real life. And when it comes to non-functional, when you speak of non-functional, you want to start thinking about your reflex action. Say, for example, Mr. Tolu is trying to punch me. Am I able to put up my guard as fast as possible? Am I able to punch him back as fast as possible? How would I behave under pressure and under tension? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to bring this to the best low level I can. So non-functional testing is the test to validate the functionalities, the actual behavior of an application, while the non-functional speaks to the different behaviors of the application, in most cases when you're not considering it. So a very good example is performance. You want to look at security. You want to look at stress testing the application to see database testing as well, and a few others to mention that. So without further ado, I think we'll be getting started to our panelists and asking them questions. Okay, so I think I would love to start with you, my very good friend, your colleague. Why are you smiling? Not your wife. I don't know. He's smiling too much. I'm really scared. Okay, so luckily for me, I think I have personal relationships with everyone, so it's nice. I can bring personal things into it, and I have some personal vendettas as well, so please forgive me if I take this personal. Okay, so Tolu, you're someone I know well, and to bring this question to context, I've seen you work with organizations that are launching their maiden apps, that are probably deploying for the first time, these activities and things that are very important. So I would like to ask you, why is non-functional testing important before going live? And what are the quality attributes that you assess in such situations? Okay. Key qualities or attributes that you assess in non-functional testing.
Back to the question. Let me give you. I don't want to use all of the subject testing normally. I want us to be as context into when you have a product or a solution that you intend people to use. For starters, let's think about it like this. You have an idea, you build a solution for people to use, and then you launch into the market. On your first day, you have like 100 sign-ups. As a business, you'll be very happy. Yes, there are so many people using the app. But then, the second day, you realize that just two people are using the platform. You will be devastated. And not because the app or your solution is not doing what it's supposed to do, but because of some other things that were not considered or were just overlooked. Imagine Nigeria, we have a market for banking applications, right? Imagine you trying to send money in case of emergency. You launch your mobile app to send money, and then you are able to log in. But then your application is taking about say 2 minutes, but we have to load up. You know, the everyday app, you go to your home screen and you tap on the app to launch. You know, you might have some apps that can just take directly. But then, what if you just click on the application, right, to launch, and it's taking like 2 minutes? You get frustrated. So now, let me bring you back to you as an owner who has now pushed out a solution into the market. It is not because your app is not working, but because of little things like this. Oh, someone is trying to launch the app, it's taking them 2 minutes. Somebody is trying to validate something, it's taking them additional 5 minutes. Out of frustration, you and I know that app is not going to last. I don't want to be very nice. It will not last 5 minutes on your phone because you'll be like, these people joking, don't they know what they are doing? And you uninstall. Bad business. That's non-functional testing. All these other things that would impact the usability of your app are the things that we now put under non-functional testing. Because the function of your app is the solution that you have built out, and you know that solution works, right? Yeah. So now, back to the question. For a company that is just going out, or that did not consider all of the things I've said, so you consider the performance of your application, how fast is it? If you, I was using this app on a low phone, on it. This is not to say Tecno is bad. This is not to say Infinix is bad. But if I were to be using your application on an Infinix phone, how well does the app respond? If I were to be using it on a Samsung, how well does it respond? So all of these things are what we look at. Then we also consider in what space am I trying to play in? People that are going to use this product, what kind of device would they normally use? So all of these things are what you consider for your non-functional testing, right? Not non-functional testing, for the non-functionality of the app, and you want to get that right. So once we already understand the product and what we are trying to do, we can now like derive all of the things we want to check for, and just draft out a plan for that. And before we go into the market, we make sure that we are able to have all of those things that we have said we want to do checked, and we are confident in what we are pushing out. Thank you.
You're not smiling. Thank you. You seem very gentle. In other days, you're not as gentle as this. Okay, Olugbenga, my next question will be to you. Over time, I've known you for about 4 or 5 years now, and I can say that I see you as that, I'm looking at the way to put it, the Sonny Abasha of software testing. Apologies, I mean no insult. People who know him would agree with me, right? He has a very high standard. He's someone like Fagbo, but without the lessened, I don't see it.
any form of any 500 version, and then there's no crash, and it's responsive, and users can always interact with your application.
Okay, next question we're going right. Let me go to the question. So, how frequently do you think and by visitor it means let's say we have everyone out already, maybe you should during the development and even the post-development phases. You're saying we should not let go of one option for the other. Thank you. So my next question to Mr. Day. So, my next question is, in this case, responsible for the industry requirements. Do you think we should probably go at for the industry feel like this is an important thing to work alongside your stakeholders, whereas DevOps, product, other business are involved?
Thank you. The beauty of this question is it makes something that is very relevant, which is everyone's responsibility, not just QA, not just developer or business owner. If you are customer agents, qualities, you can take up you see an issue, raise it, give feedback, all in business to make money and also help people. So yeah, I believe I'll answer this question. So normally I would not say is the primary. I don't want to say QA video. QA is like I said, is everyone's responsibility. Yeah, QA decided to yeah it and like own process. So, like it's important in this case. Okay, this is right. So you do not want to be
noticed a bit of this face like you come off with that stage. Notice that smile now. Hopefully you are seeing what you're doing. My next question to you would be what best practice can things of the short comprehensive coverage of non-functional best practices can things for the short comprehensive coverage of non-financial Thank you very much. So my question to you would be, how do you approach testing and application of multiple devices and operating systems?
One that is making use of lots of simulators. So you want to make use of simulators, you have a lot of available device type. For example, I'll just go down to talking speaking a lot of experiences, right? And all that I have actually cultivated, like make use of browser stats, access, real-time devices, where you can test your various type of phones and also then okay, yeah, then also for operating, you want to make use of different browser type, make use of different version of OSs of
So, to see, KPI should have during functional testing to evaluate system performance and security and stability.
We have a lot of things, especially for testing. We want to look at the rest time. We want to look at the time particular house or particular model takes load. Maybe you are trying to log in the application. We have a lot of users that model will look at the rest of time it takes for that app to function. Another thing to look at is the error rate. And this is where your performance testing as well. You want to have errors as well when carrying out this testing. Yeah.
Thank you. Our time is spent, so at this point, I think I'm about how the audience asks. Any I think I was wondering what that is, or what it was she, I don't know, at some point, I felt like she's speaking too much English. Okay, good morning. Sorry,
Okay, so according to what Mr. Ondi, so example, during the weekend, I was trying to make it for my brother. It's a new app, I think we should just create the app to pay for anything. So I was trying to use the app to make payments. Only payment I use it. If I use a card, then get a token. You can only get through SMS. That is, you can't get it by email address. So my question is something. I was student. I can't call it the app. So I was there and to go to what I said there that I'm trying to make payments. I didn't know there was some make payments on Sunday. It's not going through. And then okay, found it on my line over. So I wrote back to the other can they use their for example, payment how I can use bank going to the bank or give you SSD or bank using SSD for them to payment without showing an option. Then for the token, can we get token email, not just through SMS? So I sent it to them. But I've been thinking that I sent the email one. So I've been thinking that like custom security. Did I send it to was it right or I'm not supposed to? So my question is it right for someone to pretend a user story to a company to use their device?
Our conscience is judging now.
yes, I think I have that too.
I believe you've done something very good. Yes, someone good. You have done that. The product is supposed to be for customers, right? The customers are issues, and they even want to tell you, be very happy that you're getting it. Yeah, a business decision to say, oh, we just want to do card payment. But what you have done is very right, is very correct, it's very my company that I work today, there's this thing that we develop in talk where we get to see how customers use the app because
Okay, so the first question will go to me. The first question is, in situations where the organization you work with does not provide data to you to test, what should the security do? Just concerns around having to test applications with filters, probably things like because address users, users and all of that. However, you try them on devices, you get to see some funny.
Okay, so first thing first, I think that is one process that you go through as you are testing and then you request somebody to monitor class. So things that I would say you can do is communicate to them, like just always give them the feedback of that particular tool, be paid if you needed, because of course you already have the experience to do one, right? It doesn't really do much, it doesn't really help you test properly. And one other way you can do, I'll just take from what my colleague said, is testing correct for everybody. You can actually do like small group testing. So if you go to the office, if your mood is like hybrid or maybe on site, just get your different colleagues, different devices, just tell me what they have, and just want you to see how visible, how functional the app is on those devices. Then I would emphasize the fact to communicate. I know paying money might be a bit above their budget, but we have to always encourage them, because if you work time remote, you don't have the access, why would you have these small groups to test? So they have the importance of being at home, and of course all the advantages that can also help to eliminate future issues that could have in
Okay, so next question now the same environment is to say I think attest latency. But what is the yes, a all on the pilot environment, 2 seconds throughput. In this was trying to use shoot because and also use the concerns around security projects or fear of production time. In this was trying techniques.
I think it's better to have like that's why it's like a collaborative to have product guys giving us like a user expectation of what kind of users are going to be interacting with that application. We want to simulate what how it's going to like in the production environment. So we just want to also do that as well in our testing environment. Try to see we might not be able to simulate everything, but we can just try to try to simulate how it's going to look like in the production environment.
Thank you very much. So in addition to that, it's also a very nice area to consider looking at which environment is more closer to your production environment. Most times response are a function of your DB journey. Maybe your daily carries about 80 to 30%. Most of probably your environment, the server response time for things like that. So try to find what would be within these two environments or what for that differences, and I think you'll be on the right path. So final notes. Thank you. Yeah, you are.
I feel you should consider the role of your performance in terms of the metrics that is statistics here. Takes time. If your goal is to do, let's say like times 2 what in production, let's say for instance, the current average I get let's say your create customer is studied, right? Let's say like 500 in let's say 2 minutes, you get 500 each. Your goal is to be able to communicate that 500 each. Then at that point, you can communicate with your engineers if they are not willing to like a specific environment that needs production, right? So that place. What you can do is to keep it there. Let them increase the resources on test to match production. When progress of that test, then after the performance is completed, you can now scale that.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So, my final, I'll just say non-functional test is it's not supposed to be optional, and it's job for everything because of software development. It is very nice and very incorporate this into our development as it helps to keep your customers. Thank you. Okay, so at this point, thank you to our speakers, and I think we are at the end of today's session. Thank you.
Thank you. So, all our panelists, I saw a lot of people with writing, right? My friend, are you packing? You are packing. So, I saw a lot of people writing, and that's to show that we have really good thinkers here. And to speak on the topic as a product manager with over 10 years of experience, a lot of people focus on formality, but not functional requirement is as important as functional requirement. Just being able to pay is not enough. When I press 300 naira to send to Mubarak, does it go immediately? Do I have to wait for Kingdom Come for the rolling coaster to stop? When it goes, when my money is not up to 500 naira and I want to transfer 501 naira, do I check it? Does it do that? Mr. Wyman can attest that he's in the banking sector. He knows if anything goes out in spaces like that,
everybody's in trouble. And like they also said, one of the key things that they said is quality testing is the responsibility of everyone. That is very, very important. From the product manager writing the right requirements and setting the skill, that's why we need personas, that's why we need user flow diagrams, that's why we create wireframes. And now I'm seeing a lot of big English right now. That's part of packing knowledge. This is product management class. From software engineer, the back end and front end, mobile, writing unit tests, vetting their app, writing, testing on simulators. So the QA writing very, very tactical test case. Today testing on both non-functional and functional requirements. And the product manager ascertaining that both verification and validation. Are we building the product right and are we building the right product? That's key. Thank you so much to our panelists. We look forward to having you again.
Miriam, you have a comment to go?
I'm sorry, I just love software. Just like
Fair enough.
I have some introduction. So while the panel was going on, we have a powerful woman joining us today, and her name is Mrs. Ajay. She is from the NGO section of the Ministry of Basic Economic Education. Please, ma'am. The funny thing was we got to them late and they so honored us with their presence. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. And that was us. And we finally have the woman, the lead, Madam Ngozi. Yes, join us as well, please. I already used to be for you join. She is joining us today and to also some agendas. All right. Yes. The next thing we have on the agenda now is a session with Mr. Okay, our time is far gone, but the next session we have right now is for our guest speaker, who is also one of our sponsors, engineer Yusuf Akari, and he'll be guiding us on management in software testing. Thank you so much. This is very critical, guys.
Also, it's time one of our sponsors.
Mr. Abakari is the founder of Software Nation and founder of Software Testing Nation. And today is going to be talking about risk management in software testing. Yes, sir.
Testing. We keep emphasizing there is so money that we contributed to you.
We are trying to say thank you.
I gave you
The
big
next
time.
one will be plenty. You know, the next one.
Okay. Good morning. It's good to be here. So I'm a bit nervous because I've not been on stage in a long time. So let me just take some time to warm up. Let me warm up. we are in test forge, but our slides are not working as they should. Okay, it's now okay. So I'm going to talk about risk management. You know, quality assurance is only about testing or meeting requirements. There are all other processes by design that you must incorporate into your quality assurance. So one of them is risk management. If you are testing or if you are testing team, there are a lot of okay. So there are a lot of issues that you encounter along the line. You know, so a little bit about myself. My full name is Kura. That's the name I gave you, and I accepted. So I'm a computer engineer by training, and a telecoms engineer, and then my career is civil servant for the government. I will not tell you where I work, but I work for the government. So I'm a software quality assurance professional. I'm also a deputy director of training and exams at NGSTPB. Who knows about NGSTPB? Nigerian Software Qualification, not quality board. Nigerian Software Testing Qualification Board. And then last year I founded Software Testing Nation. So it's like an advocacy group, you know, to highlight people on what software testing is all about, you know, how to build a career as a software tester, you know, people come and share their experiences, ideas, you know, on the platform, just encourage people to be in the software testing industry. So, you know, they said in 20 years, you know, projects with related failures, approximately 50 to 70% failed. 50 to 70%. That's a lot because of risk factors. They refuse to, you know, take care of their risk factors. So these are the, you know, some statistics. Okay, so it's estimated that $1 trillion, that's a lot of money, was lost due to risk-related issues, and these are some of the reasons. Can you see that? So number one, poorly documented requirements. You know, software development life cycle start from requirements, gathering, and analysis. So if you don't get this one right, just your project is already failed. So you can see a lot of things. And then the second is funding, resources, alumni, you can start a project, and people. Question: how many of us here have been in a project or have started a project that has failed? Or they say that in one in three projects that we're involved in, one of them has failed or has, you know, lost. I think some of that been one of these scenarios. So these are some of the examples, some of the risk factors. Then immature dev tools, that's the lowest. So it's not about the tools that you use in most cases. You can use any tool to build a perfect application. So it's not cool to have a application. And then these are some common reasons for startups to fail. So this one was conducted last 2023. And as you can see, we submit product to market. So that's the requirements failure. And then so why is risk management important? Why is it important? So number one, prevent cost errors. So if you identify your risk early on, you really save a lot of money and time when you're doing the project. It has project quality, project success, it shows compliance. For example, if you're in the tech industry, there are some regulatory compliances that are there. In the health sector, building an application for the health sector, you must comply with. In the airline sector, there are some regulatory compliances that you must adhere. So there are some risks involved in that, and we need to address them. So what are the types of risks? The main issue or the main factors is there are mainly two. Number one is project risk, and then product risk. But I just try to break it down into four. But they are mainly project and product risk. So number one, the project risk is lack of funds, time, capacity. These are projects. I don't have people, young developers or testers to build your application and deadline, things like that. Technical risk, identify some defects, and you're not able to correct those defects on time. So you see, these are technical score. Your main developer has hit on you. So these are some of the things that we encounter. And then you have process risk. So testing procedures, requirements, development. But that's why we have some software development life cycle, handbox, agile, things like that. Design processes. So what are the steps in risk management? We have about 5 steps in risk management. So we have the risk identification. Of course, you must know what the risks are. You have the risk, and then you must analyze the risk. You test them, and then you reduce those risks or mitigate, and then you monitor. So risk identification. How to identify your risk? I try to do brainstorming. Questions just like the session I had. Talking to each other, identify some critical areas that you need to put more references on. And then you have some checklist based. This related to the second historical data. The project past that you have completed, and then there are some issues that you encounter. So to prevent it from recurring, just define some issues, and then you try and see if you can mitigate those ones. And then have SWOT analysis, where you identify your strengths, the strength of your team, their weaknesses, or the opportunities that's related to the project itself, and then threats, vulnerabilities, and all that. So let me pause here a little bit. If you get everything that I said in the past, or what I say later, just focus on this slide. No, this is not identification. It's analysis. It's supposed to be analysis. You see? So, this analysis is talking about risk analysis. You have identified your risk assessment, sorry. You have identified your risk, and then you have analyzed them. If I'm coming to this place, should I take a bike? Should I enter Uber? Should I take the bus? So what are the issues? Will I encounter traffic along the road? What will happen? What's my second option? These kind of things. So we have analyzed all of the risks. So the next thing to do is identify and categorize them in terms of likelihood and impact. The likelihood is, what are the chances that this thing will happen? What are the chances that my lead operation tester will have an accident? What are the chances that the tool that I have will, the subscription will have, likelihood? And then the impact. How will it impact the project? Will the project fail? Will it slow down the process? These things. So likelihood and impact. So there are four categories. We have the impact, high likelihood, factor of the two. And then you classify the based on impact likelihood. So pay attention. At the end of the day, I'm going to ask for an example of high impact, high likelihood risk, in a software project. And it's a cash price. You get it right. So next is the treatment. So you have understand, you have assessed your risk. So how do you mitigate those risks? I call it the 40s of risk treatment. So number one is terminate. You eliminate conditions. In other book, other articles, you see avoid. So you're all speaking the same things. So you eliminate condition causing the risk. For like an example, the complex which you want to, you see your competitor doing something that is very important, take your customers, but there's a risk of having your customers, but you don't have the capacity to implement that. So it's better that you just don't do it. Just maintain small customer base you have, and hopefully when you get there, you come back to it. Then do it. So this is, if you have identified the risks, you have the capacity, you have the resources, to handle that issue. And then the next one is transfer. You shift to the third party. For example, if your on-premise, your private cloud has issues, or it may not accommodate the traffic that you may encounter, you can push it to the cloud. So the cloud provider will just take out that would and the stress that you have or users that will be logging in. And then the last one is tolerate. Sometimes see some applications like the previous session. She was saying it's only payments. So it's intentional. They know that they want to do USD, they want to do the transfer. There's an issue, though, they may not handle it. So it's better they maintain what they already know how to, how to handle. So they just tolerate that there are some customers that will not want to use their application because the payment is just a card payment. So eventually you get to this, and then some performance issues. Sometimes, for example, now I know maybe some of us has experience or you have read it in the news. You see a recruitment portal. The moment they open it, you see the recruitment portal has crashed. Why? Because there are so many people trying to log into that. So in their anticipation, maybe they're anticipating maybe like 50,000 people will log in at a time. And then eventually when it was released, 100,000 or 200,000. So eventually, of course, the system will just crash. So, and maybe they are okay with that. They will just, restart the system and that's all. So in Agile and DevOps, there are some other risk mitigations, frequent iterations. That's why Scrum is very popular these days because they are breaking it down into smaller iterations. And then automated testing, we're talking a lot about that. And then collaboration is everybody's responsibility to do quality assurance. And then it's everybody's responsibility to manage risk as well. So risk monitoring. So after you have identified, you have assessed, risks, they always evolve. Just as you are solving this problem, another problem will come up. As you're solving this problem, another problem will come up. So it's just a continuous issue until that project is concluded. Even if you have concluded, when it comes to production, you are still monitoring it to see if there are other issues that will come out. Maybe you have tested for, like the mobile test, you have tested for different mobile devices. But of course, still, there are some devices that you've not anticipated, or new devices have come up, or new updates in the operating system that you did not envisage will affect your application. So that's why you keep updating your risk register. So now we have spoken about so many things about risk management. So how do I manage this risk? So there are some items that you need. So for example, it's not okay. The most important is the risk management plan. Some organizations, they have a whole department, a risk management department. Some have teams to manage their risk. And some people have dual functions to manage their risk. So you need to have a plan to say, okay, now we have identified these risks, who and who will do the risks, how do we manage those risks, and what resources do we need? So you need a risk management plan and then a risk register. This is where all the risks are put in one place so that anybody can have access to it. And then in those places, that's where you have the impact, the likelihood and the impact, the priority, all these things. You need to have them. And then the contingency plan, they can be in the risk register. And then the tools that you need, risk management. Some people still use Excel as a risk management, risk management tool or a test register, risk register. And it's still, it's efficient for them. And then you do some probability metrics, testing metrics and reports, risk-based testing. So critical risk, you must handle those critical risks, the one with high impact and high probability. You need to handle those ones first before you go to the next one. But in the end, risk management doesn't really matter. Why? Because it will not happen to me. It is not my portion. I reject it. So why does it matter? Why do I need to manage my risk if I have already prayed that it will not happen? But that's not the case. It will still happen. When there is a possibility that something will happen or a system will fail, so it will definitely fail. So you need to plan for that. So it's really, really very important. But it's not important if all you have is faith. So no problem. Your faith will help you. So it's not important unless if you want to build quality products and if you want to build a sustainable product and you want your project or your product to outlive you and you want it to be scalable. So risk management is very, very important. So let's keep the conversation going. Risk management is important. It's very important. Thank you very much. Yes. So I said this slide, where is it? Likelihood and impact. The Shekash gift. If someone will give me an example of a high impact, high likelihood risk, and then a low likelihood, high impact risk. Anyone?
You should say the amount so it will ginger them. So they will not ginger.
Okay, there's a 10,000 naira cash gift.
Can you turn it to dollar?
There's a $3 cash gift.
That will not put S, $3.
$3.
It not respect S.
Okay. But you have to convince us. You have to convince us first.
All right, someone for the $3.
And if you can give the two examples,
$6.
you will get more money.
Okay, good afternoon. Abdurrahman. Okay, so an example of an high impact, high likelihood is a cyber attack on your app. So when you get cyber attack on your whatever you're developing, your app, your company, whatever, cyber attack.
What kind of cyber attack?
Maybe ransomware or something like that.
High impact.
You said?
So what example did you give us?
I said cyber attack on
Yeah,
your,
which one? Is it high impact, high likelihood?
High likelihood, yes.
Okay.
Then for the low impact and low likelihood, that's accidentally deleted one of your files. Maybe you didn't back up or something, then you just accidentally deleted it.
Sorry, I didn't get your
I mean accidentally delete
accidental. Okay.
files, yeah.
Accidental deletion.
Yes, maybe when you are working on it and maybe okay, you wanted to delete just one file, but at the end of the day you deleted everything and you might not know, you might have not backed up your file in the process. So that's example of low impact and low likelihood.
Thank you very much. So can you please give him a round of applause?
Round of applause.
There's another person. Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman.
There's another person there.
Anybody else? Is there no one else? The lady, please.
No, there's one there. Yes. She's sitting in the dark. I don't know why. You know, they say gender balance. So we're trying to balance the.
Use your clear mind, though. No guilty conscience.
So can you give us a different example? He gave high impact, high likelihood, high impact, low likelihood. Can you give us low impact, low likelihood, and low impact, high likelihood?
I want to use my previous example as an example.
Okay.
About the bank app, the Ogun State app. So, based on what I encountered on the app, so I think it is low likelihood in the sense that they restricted the app to only cards. It's not going to affect them. Yeah, but I think it is an high impact. It says that they're going to lose users. I don't know if it's making sense. They're going to lose users.
So the risk is risk of losing users, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the likelihood is
They restricted the app to.
they
They restricted the app.
restricted.
Within just cards.
Okay. And then what's the impact?
They're going to lose. For example, I was tired. I don't think I want to use that.
Okay. So what's the other example? Low impact, low likelihood. Okay. So this one is right. He's correct, Mr. Abdurrahman. Yes. So there's a crash price of 10,000 naira for you. High impact, cyber attack. You know, if your app is being attacked, you know, it's very likely that your application is going to be attacked at all times. Well, it actually happens every day. And then if your system comes down, you know, it will definitely affect your application, because if it's not usable, that means your application is not there. So the high impact, you know, loss of data. You know, I could have said data breach. You know, your data is lost. You did not delete it yourself, but maybe something happened, and you know, so it's a high impact. And then the example of low impact, high likelihood is the response, misalignment of, you know, icons, you know, on different screen sizes. So that's a low impact risk, but it's highly likely that it will happen because there are millions of devices out there that are connected to the internet. And then low impact, low likelihood, maybe broken URL link, broken URL to your, maybe to downloads. You know, you have some downloads on your website, your files. Maybe a help where link is broken. So that one is a low impact. It will not affect the functionality or performance of the product. And then the likelihood of it happening, you know, is very, very, very low. So thank you very much. So you can see me for your this thing.
Abdul Rahman, remember me in paradise. Thank you very much, sir. Miriam.
Thank you so much, sir. Another round of applause for engineer Yusuf Abakari, founder, Software Testing Nation. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all those gems you just shared with us. Are you packing? Ladies and gentlemen, are you packing knowledge? Are you having fun? All right, thank you so much. So before we go to the next session, the slides. We forgot something out. All right. Before we go to the next section, which is the game section, and there are prizes to be won, I want Mrs. Ajayi from the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to come give us a 2-minute speech before she leaves. Please, a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much.
This is Gen Z Mama.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be here today. Although I am not a data processing person, I don't have interest in it at all. But unfortunately for me, I was transferred from my former office to the ministry. So getting there, the first thing I was told was that anything you want to do, you must type it on the laptop by yourself. Nobody will do the typing for you. I look at it. How am I going to do this? So to God be the glory. I have to show interest. So first thing I did, I got my laptop. I went closer to a lower officer, someone that is very lower to me in the rank, in the officer's rank. So he was the one that was now putting me through on how to type and do every other thing. To God be the glory. I can do something, I can type, I can do a lot of things on my laptop now. So I want to use this opportunity also. It's a great opportunity for you to be here, most especially the students among us, to grab all the things that we are being taught today. At least it's not quite long that I come in, but I've been able to gain one thing or the other. Even most especially with the little lecture that Mr. Yusuf gave to us now. At least I'll be able to remember the risk, the 40, transfer, tolerance, what do you say? Terminate. At least I'll be able to remember it. Thank you very much. I really want to appreciate the organizer of this program. This is a good one. So please, keep it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you so much, Ma. She still has a very long way to go, but she said, I have to be here. Thank you so much, Ma. Have a safe trip back. So for the game section, it's going...
I saw people's eyes were looking dim already. Are we sleepy, hungry, or tired?
All right, so we're sharing snacks now for lunch.
Special announcement, know that snacks are going round.
Yeah.
So do not panic.
All right, so as the snacks are going around, we're also going to be going to the game section. And here we're going to be asking questions based on what you've learned today, what you know about us, and a bunch of other things. And that is going to be only for 20 minutes, and we'll go to the next session. And that is going to be another edutaining session as well. My colleague, Lord Omega, will be hosting that the game section. Please have fun and win more money. Who wants to win more money today? Who wants to win more money? Excuse me, volunteers are not in the list. Mubarak, you're out. Thank you. Audiences, who wants to win money today? Please, you are not there, you're a rich woman. All right, thank you. Tosin, Jane, I don't want to see your hands. All right, then, thank you so much. Lord Omega, over to you. Oh, yeah, that's exactly his name. All right. Who wants to play some game? The first person today has a special gift from me. I won't tell you what it is.
So yeah, we have games coming up. We're still preparing the questions, trying to simplify them, because some of you are already hot from all the lectures from the likes of our honorable sponsors, Mr. Tosin. I can't wait for your speech. You're a speaker, right? Are you speaking today? You're not. Maybe we'll improvise. You have to say something. I can see smoke coming out from your head. We are brainstorming and all. So we have games here, and there are cash prizes attached to the games as well. But I had to go there to tell them, no, make it more fun, to get people relaxed while they snack on. So one of our sponsors happen to be UAC. Am I right, Miriam? So I don't know if we should do adverts for them and then send them our quotation for what it costs for that ad. So while we're waiting for the game questions, I want to know, are there any tech enthusiasts here? Like you're interested, but you don't know how to go about it, how to start. Anybody here? Is there no one else?
Is there no one else?
Anyone else? You want to kick off, but you don't know how to. You don't have the technical know-how.
I want the
Mubarak,
hands up.
I command and I declare that you drop your hands.
No. So I'm going to be going around. I want to know what you're doing, right, before now. So what do you currently do?
Emotion graphics designer.
You're already partially in tech now. You're just in the creative part.
Graphic designer.
Yes, motion. Those people that do 2D, 3D animations, right? Okay.
It sounds good.
You will like that.
Who else?
Who else, please?
Right beside you.
Actually learning data analytics.
Data analytics. Okay, so.
I need one more person, please.
Yeah.
One more person.
Sorry, let me go with him.
What was the question? What do you currently do? Okay, I work as a sales fleet management.
So the question I want to ask this great enthusiast is this. What interests you, as in what is that thing that is making you think you are capable of being a tech bro or a tech sis?
Okay, I think I'm going to give it to him.
No, among the three people.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I have the intellect. So I'm able to learn and cope with it.
Be articulate. You are what? Gainable or what?
I have the intellect.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm able to do what I learn.
Okay, we'll get back to you. Let's move on to her. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, what's your name, please?
Patrick.
Patrick, okay. Let's give Ajia. Yeah.
Okay.
What makes you like who you be? What make you feel say you feel run out?
Okay, first off,
yeah,
I like anything data.
You like?
Yes, at the sound of data.
So it's an affair?
Not like an affair. Okay, first of all,
you are flirting.
I'm studying, I'm a computer science student from Lagos State University. So I think I've tried coding a bit and I feel like this thing is not for me. No, it's just not for me. It's not like I can't learn it, but I don't feel happy.
So it's like saying bio is not your type of guy, it's not your spec, you prefer Musa.
So I just feel like, and since when I've started learning data analytics, it goes well with me, it resonates with me more, and I like it. I always want to do more. I always want to learn more.
So the passion is there.
Yes, but now the problem is I'm beginning to have self-doubt because in this, how do I put it, in our space, in this society, they actually make it look like if you're not doing software development, you don't know what you're doing. No, you're just playing. Like data analytics, what are you doing? Like it's a joke or something.
Okay. So what I'm trying to process with what you said is quite complicated. But in as much as it's complicated, your points are very clear, and you obviously need direction. Yes, and there is no offense, there is nothing wrong in seeking direction. Now, who asks question, not the loss. So you should also, like that lady that's going to pack information, use your eyes to scan most of the speakers, and while they're going, you, sir, can I ask? You know, toast one. You know, use your feminine power, not the wrong way, but just toast one. So let's hear from you, sir. What makes you think, since you're interested, but it's not just the interest, what makes you think you can survive?
Sorry, before I go to him, your name, please?
Not sure.
Not sure. Nice to meet you, Patrick and Nashra.
Patrick, yeah.
So, like 2 years ago, I did a course in data analytics. So, we did a lot of course, and I stumbled on top coding. So we did coding at that part just for a little while. So it gave me more interest, and the way the world is going now, it's going in a tech way. So it's not to just sit in the office and, paper thing. Even in my office now, we are going paperless. So I'm trying to be faster than what is going on in the office or what is going on in the work. So that's why I'm quite interested.
Just the same way typewriters are going instinct, that's the way you think how you function now is going to go instinct, and you need to do better. Okay.
Yusuf. Okay, that is Yusuf. I want to take 2 more of those people.
Anyone else?
Yes, I have them there. However, if you're from Lagos State University, please raise your hands. Wow, thank you for the good turnout. We sent you the invites. We sent it early enough, but we had to go through some oops and oddles to get you guys here. So thank you so much for coming. Please give a round of applause for yourself, please. Thank you. If you are from any secondary school, can you raise your hand? Any secondary school here?
Any secondary school, apart from Toby, any secondary school?
Thank you so much. If you are, this one is just personal now. I just want to show off. If you are from the University of Ibadan, please raise your hand. You finished from the University of Ibadan. You finished from the University of Lagos. Take Jerry. You're asking why I'm asking about the 2. My first degree is from University of Ibadan, Computer Science. My second degree, MBA, University of Lagos. So I just had to show off. All right.
Let's have it.
All right, I have one more person here.
Good afternoon. So you know what you're going to answer, Ko?
Yeah, why?
What makes you think you're interested? Well, what makes you think you can function in that industry?
Okay, first off, since my mom is a QA engineer and she did not have...
Oh, that's your mom?
Yes, she's my mom. Yes. And when she started, she didn't really have prior knowledge on technical, like tech. So from how she is now, it's quite nice. And since we're in the era of technology, so that is why I would love to join. And I just recently started. I'm just learning, and it's quite nice from what I have seen. So that is just...
So basically, I'm saying this. I love to sing. The question now is, do I have the voice? So, I love tech. What are my potentials? What makes me think I can function in that industry? That is the question. So, what are the things you've observed about yourself? For example, I can say that something about bugs and all this, you need to be patient. You understand? So, these are certain qualities you need to know that you have before you can function in certain industries. So you must have gone through vetting, personal vetting. So is that thing you observed in yourself that I have this thing, I can do this because I have this. Is there anything you've observed within yourself?
Yeah, so I ask questions a lot. I noticed that in QA, you need to be open-minded, not just, you need to think like outside, not just the box, like outside the building of the box.
Oh shit.
Yes. So.
Oh shit.
So that's just yes.
All right.
My name is Oluwatobiloba.
Oluwatobiloba.
All right.
God
Patrick,
is good. God is as big as is bigger than your word. This is in Euro. God is big. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Oluwatobiloba. One of the things I wanted to add to that is if you are not a tech bro right now, a tech person, there is no one skill you have right now that is useless in tech. That I can tell you. If you know how to manage people, how to coordinate people, how to manage events, you already have 20% of the skill to be a good product manager. If whenever your friend comes with a new dress or a new shoe, and you're looking at, this quality is not really good, though. Am I lying, Mr. Yusuf? Oh, this app is not even fine. There's bug here. Like the first time your friend gives you an app to test, you're already saying, Miriam, this your app is not working. The button should be here. You're already partially a QA. If you like asking questions, you are a researcher, a tech researcher. If you have good communication skill, you have 20% of that task. You are a salesperson. It means you can convince people. You can still succeed as a tech salesman. So there is no soft skills you have right now that does not work in tech. You have the foundation now. Because tech, it is 60% technical skills, 40% soft skills. And you need to know that and know peace. All right, thank you so much. Are our games ready? Have you all scanned the code? Let me know if you've scanned the code on your screen. While we're doing that, I want someone that is very dear to me to give into this topic we're having, which is, what are the soft skills that you currently have right now that is very important in tech? And for this, I'll go to Peace Azoko.
Okay. Miriam is like, you're coming for me today. I'm going to hide. Okay, so some necessary soft skills I think you can have.
Can we have some volume, please? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I was saying that some necessary soft skills I think you can have as a QA. First of all, you have to be very analytical. Yeah, you need to analyze things. Like the lady said over there, you have to think not just outside the box, outside the building of the box, yeah. You have to
Wiki.
Then also, you need to be passionate. You need to be somebody that is self-motivating. Like, you don't need anybody to motivate you to do your job. So you have to be determined as well. You have to be someone that, when you have a task, you know that you don't need someone to push you to do the task. You need to deliver the task yourself. And you have to go all the way out to deliver the task, yeah. That's it for me, thank you.
Please, can we jam those ends together for her? I don't know, did we hear her? Please, where are those Lagos State students? Have you paid your tithes, you? No, the Lord is your strength. You don't pay, I'm the title. Yes, so, is it last Suko? Okay, so it's a lot of interest, and was the transport expensive? It was expensive. So we're trying to see if it can quantify for the knowledge you've gained. Is it worth it? The money you spend for your transportation, is it worth it yet? Say that again. Did I pass the... You're still looking at it to know if it's worth it. Okay, because I'm considering time, I'm considering...
What are we doing?
Yeah, considering a lot of factors. I also have some dollars to give.
Okay, while he's thinking of the pounds to give you people, kindly refresh the game page if you're already scanned.
So we're preparing games, cool?
And actually, guys, Lord, the money is very, 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 very rich. Oh. If he says he's talking about money, he doesn't speak in Naira. Hold on. Let me hype you. From the head down, it's dollars on dollars. So let's bill him.
I'll go live for you.
When you see him, bill him. Are we good? Have you refreshed? Is it working now?
Are we chewing something? Please, for those of you, if you know your sugar intake is too much, ask for water. The men, I don't want to hear back, they pay me. Ask for water. You know yourself. To whom it may consign, drink water. If you don't have to necessarily take soda. So we're still waiting for the games. Head of games and question, Miss Jennifer, we're still waiting on you.
Have you refreshed your page? If it's working for you, can you please signify? Okay, guys, you need to refresh your screen. Are we good? All right, so
Scanned.
Jennifer.
Under pressure, apply pressure.
We just need her to give us the rules of the game. Okay, while we're doing that, we have interestingly, we have one of our sponsors here from UAC Foods. I'm sure when you came in, you saw plenty gala and plenty all of them.
What's his name? Where is he?
Hold on now.
What's his name?
Calm down. Okay, we have Mr. Yusuf Kudus here. He was the one that answered the question and said it was from sales. Please come to the podium, please. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, a round of applause for one of our sponsors.
Yeah, we saw USC, and when I saw USC, I said, we'll collect.
All right, thank you very much. On behalf of Case Tech and their team, we really want to say thank you very much. Actually, sitting down there and listening to the speakers and the lecture is very impacting. Thank you very much for having this. So we hope you have more of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kudus. A round of applause, please.
So I guess he also whispered before he got on seat that he will be giving 1 carton of gala to 3 people from Lasso.
Okay, guys. So I have the rules of the game. If your app is still showing, yeah, that's what I'm holding. Right. If your app is still showing private mode, refresh your page and we're starting. All you need to do is refresh, start, and answer question. The highest person, we have gift for first, second, and third. Those are the people that get the highest number of questions. Anybody can play. So let's go.
So pin, please. We need a pin.
There's no pin. It's public now.
Keep trying. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated.
It's only up for 2 minutes.
So the feedback is that they are not getting satisfactory data page on the game or questions. Is there a bug? Do I have any bug?
People are playing already. Which phone are you using? Are you using 3310? There is no pin. Go back to the page, rescan again. I think you clicked something on the private mode. It's now public. If you are not using 3310, you should be playing,
Scan. If it's not working.
The game is already on.
You can scan from here. Anyone your phone can capture. If you're using Samsung, it's easier, I guess. If you're using iPhone 16, you don't have to raise your phone. Just put it down, it will connect. These are the issues. Are we there? Is it working now? So you gave up? Is it working now? It's not working. We need to try to make as many people participate in this game questions. So please, let's make it work. Jennifer, let's make this work, please. I'm calling you out,
If you are done, let me know.
Don't give up because there are cash prizes attached to them.
Fastest finger gets 500 naira. Let me come and see the proof. Fastest finger gets 500 naira.
We have
is not
one
small money
INEC
here.
official here. He has announced his result already.
You will know gamers in real life. You are still on number. He is actually done. Fastest finger, you have 500 naira. It doesn't matter if you win or not. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Okay. Did I get this right? Is it giving what's supposed to be giving? Gen Z people.
Collect Expo, collect Expo.
The second fastest. The second fastest person gets 500 naira. My lady in the bling bling cap. She's really widow. Oh, she's the second.
Please participate as much as you can. Try. If you're not
Guys, this game is for 5 minutes. We're going to be ending soon. Are you done?
For those of you that are not participating, we want to assume that you want to sponsor this segment.
It's just 10 questions, guys. 10 interesting questions.
10 questions. Miriam, we have another fast finger here.
I don't want to do 3. I did not bring plenty money from where I came from. I don't want to walk home. You're done? All right, nice.
Someone else is done here. Miriam, how many are we looking at?
No, everybody will do. So the way it is the person with the highest score goes home with the prize. The next person goes home with the prize. The third person goes home with the prize. Fastest fingers, the first 2 goes home with the prize. 500 naira. It's more money, but it's something to pay for bike.
There is time factor attached to this, so please, we're going to still close that segment.
1 minute to go.
Time.
If you don't get to play today, don't worry, there's always next year. Oluwatobiloba, are you done? The village people, they were here. I'm sorry, darling. Patrick, how are we looking? Are you done? Not sure.
Patrick with the intellect. We are with D.
If you're done, raise your hand, please. Okay.
All right, more numbers. Fair enough.
Count down from 60.
Let's have it.
60.
59.
58.
57.
56.
50 pipe.
54.
53.
Actually, we did not go to school. In case we jump a number and go to 30, it's normal. 52.
25.
51.
40.
I can say 37.
20.
19.
18.
17.
10.
9.
8.
7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2. You will not have issues in Jesus' name.
Amen. Issues shall not be your portion. 1.
And it is a wrap.
Okay, people that just joined in, you have 30 seconds. Let's go.
30 extra seconds. Any carryovers? Spillover?
Who needs extra sheets?
Extra, yeah.
Thank you for coming to TestForge 1.0 Case Tech official maiden event. I hope you're having fun. Are you done?
All right, we need to speed things up at this moment.
All right, guys, the ballots are in. Thank you so much for playing. Give yourself a round of applause. If you are not done playing, you are wrong.
Officially wrong. So do we have our results?
Our highest mark is 8,000. Show me your screen with 8,000.
Who has 8,000? Say that again.
Let me
We
see.
have 8,007.
Show me your results screen.
results.
I have 9714. If you are higher than 9714, prove it. Each question is what? I think 1,000.
And he has what?
They have 9714.
What's the Jara for?
I don't know. If you have more than 9,714, let me know. What's your name? What's your name? Favor.
So Favor is
Abdul Favor. Abdul Favor. Has 9714. If you have more than 9714, show me the money.
If you have more than 9,000, please signify before
Who has
we go.
8,000? I said 8,000.
8,000.
8,000.
8,000 and what?
847.
Okay,
So,
we have
86. Okay.
We have 87.
Oh, excuse me, oh. Abdul Favor, they are beat you. I have 9,545. Oh, me, law school. Emo binu. Auntie,
Is there, wait, first, wait. Is there any INEC official here? Because I don't understand.
So, Abdul Favor, just kidding. Favor and your name, Warith. Warith. You and this auntie, this doesn't want win something today, we will fight.
Abdul Favor, please put your gala aside, step on stage.
9153, your name?
The next on 9,000
Tolu.
is who? Over there?
Yes, him, Warith, and Tolu. So please give them a round of applause.
And Favor and Tolu.
Give them a round of
Please
applause.
Approach. Come and collect handshake.
So, can you people guess the gift?
Come.
Who can guess the gift? Our winners, please come out here, please. No, first let's get 500 naira.
Now they talk that thing loud again. Move my.
You go buy gala and bottle water. Thank you, Jare Jane. Don't mind him. In this Tinubu economy, we have to be smart. So, Favor, Warith, and Tolu.
Who is Waris? Who is Favor? Who is Tolu? Okay, so we have cash gifts for this.
So Warith, Favor, and Tolu, please come out, please, to receive your. All right. So, what is your number? 9153. Your number? Your number? Please step out. Step out.
Let's see the first.
I need stand up. Like that kind of song. For the champion, for the champion. Okay. The first prize the third prize, who is that? My number third, that's Favor. Goes home with Tolu goes home with 10,000 naira cash. The second winner, Warith. Step up. You know why I'm looking at it like that? You don't know. Mbarak will tell you. Goes home with a whooping 20,000 naira. And Abdul Favor, I have given you name. When you get to school, call him that. Abdul Favor. What's your middle name? Abdul Favor Oluwasheye, like my friend there, is going home with a whooping 30,000 naira.
A round of applause, please.
This session is sponsored by Case Tech Limited. Please give them a round of applause.
Case Tech in
You
the
came here.
building.
You should play a game.
So you see why she don't take
You did
anything
not
for
play.
granted.
30,000 naira. All for grab. Somebody give me
Miriam.
500 naira.
I want to ask them, where are you from?
Okay.
Where are my
yeah,
fastest
Yabatek.
fingers? The two of them.
Alumnus of Lagos State University.
I want to vex.
Yaba College of Technology.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
They will be taking Bolt home.
So where are my fastest fingers? I want... Mubarak, stop raising your hand now. Are you the one the fashion they get?
Miriam, so there's a fun fact here.
Yes.
There's the president of the department and the vice president. So it's like saying INEC officials.
They are both from Yabatek.
Yes.
They came to rig the game. Lasso. What is happening? Lasso.
So 2 of you went at one Bolt so you can share the change.
If you are from Yabatek, please raise your hand. Give yourself a round of applause. They came, they repped, and they won. 30 G's on the money. They're taking it home. So because I want to vex, because I'm a very proud person, I have money, it's just not showing. I'm going to vex. My fastest finger, where are they? Number 1, I got somebody. Mubarak in Stonure. My sister to Davido, please stand up. Because I'm very proud. I'm a very proud woman. I can see my shoulder pad. For 5,000 naira for you. Clap for me now. It's not easy. 10,000 naira.
Clap for her before she take it back.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for playing. And we hope to see you again next time. Please meet Toby for...
meet his PA.
No,
okay?
sorry.
Jennifer.
BC, please get their account number and their positions and get it across to our founder, Oluwatobi Fagboyingbo, CEO, Case Tech Limited. Thank you. Me, you will meet my own PA. It is not Mubarak. My PA, meet Jennifer. So just put in your name and just write fastest fingers. All right, thank you so much. So the next section. We are moving on to the next section of today.
Miriam, what do you have there with you?
Okay. Yeah, public service announcement. If you see a tiny socks, white and black, please send it to one of the ushers for my baby. One leg is missing. All right, give me a second. The next thing we are moving to session 3. We are done with session 3, which is fun and games and refreshments. Have you all put something in your belly? Who is fasting?
Please, who is saying no? Are you if you are fasting?
If you've not had something to eat, please let me know. Raise your hands, please. There's a lot of snacks to go. There's a lot of drinks.
If you want extra, please wave your
We
hand.
have a lot of drinks, a lot of water for those that are watching their weight like me.
These are the issues.
So the next one we have is from our guest speaker. Toby. All right. So our next session. Yes.
No, you're not going to use this one.
All right, we are moving to the 4th session for today, which is also the last session. And we have 2 panel sessions that are also going to be interesting. So today, what we have is building a career in software testing and overcoming challenges that come with your career growth. Speaking on this today, moderating this session is going to be our founder, Case Tech Limited, Toby Fagboyingbo. Please give him a round of applause. Toby. And with him and on the panel is Mr. Okpeyemi from Sterling Bank and Madam, the woman, the myth, the brainiac, Ngozi. Will also be joining him on the panel. Please give them a round of applause, please. Please, you join on the podium. And they will be speaking on building a career in software testing and overcoming challenges that comes with your career growth. So you are here, you are thinking of transitioning to tech. You want to start with software testing. You are here, you want to switch your career to tech from either software engineering or something, whatever that is, whatever your decisions are. We will be talking about this with our panelists. And they are Mr. Babatope, unfortunately, is unable to be here. We have Mr. Okpeyemi Ologunojin, QA Manager, Sterling Bank. We have, oh, I'm also there. I'm sorry. We have Mariam Yunus, head of product in the kids, and we have Chibuzo Obilom, senior QA lead, Passpoint, who is unfortunately not here today. So thank you so much. You're going to see a different version of me on that stage. So give me a round of applause, please.
A round of applause for Miriam, please. Miriam. What do you need?
I'm just distracted.
The remote not here. Check your.
Okay.
Remote. Is the remote there? So that's a tech baby.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be moderating this session. So the title, Building a Career in Software Testing and Overcoming Challenges that Comes with Your Career Growth. Yes, so we have a lot of students here. We have beginners testers in the house, aspiring software testers, and I think this session is for you, so let's pay attention. Basically, what we're looking at is how you can get started. And starting your career comes with challenges, whether we all like it or not. How can we overcome all these challenges? And, and for those of us in software testing, how can we, overcome challenges that comes with career growth? So as we grow, as we progress, there are challenges that come the way. One of it is, like I always tell my tester, I think your first greatest obstacle when you get your first job is your time. Because at that point, you are devoting all your time to your 9 to 5 jobs. How do you create time for personal development? How do you grow yourself? So these are some of the challenges we face. So with me here, I have Ngozi, QA lead from InterSwitch. I also have Mr. Okpe, head of QA, Sterling, and as well Miriam, head of product, Kuda Kids. So it's nice having you guys here. So let's dive into it. Yep. All right. I wish I could take out time to, go through our biographies, and we can all see the caliber of men, women we have on the stage right now. Fortunately, Chibuzo couldn't make it. He traveled for a burial, so, all right. So my first question, so it says, what inspired you to pursue a career in software testing, and what advice would you give someone just starting out? So I'm going to direct this question to Ngozi. What inspired you to pursue a career in software testing, and what advice would you give to someone just starting out? Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be here. My name is Ngozi Ijeze, and I would say what inspired me. Okay, to be frank with you, it's I would say it's money, right? Because we have to be realistic in this Nigerian economy. So I'll give a breakdown of how my journey was into software testing. So back then when I was in school, I actually studied applied geophysics in the University of Lagos. And during my time in school, I was, I would say I was business inclined in terms of trying to hustle for, jobs and all that you get. And then when I knew that, okay, yes, it's almost time for I'll be done with school and get ready for NYSC, right? I was trying to see if I could get a job to different companies. I didn't even care what the title was. I was just applying, even front desk representative, CEO, what they call the name, graduate, yeah, PA, graduate assistant. I was just applying to any place, right? And then there was this friend, I know during that time we used to have BlackBerry Messenger. So there was this friend of mine that was actually always posting different jobs and all that. And then I just applied to a particular job that had to do with software testing. I didn't even know what it was. And I was writing my final exams, then, you know, they gave me a call saying that, oh, you have an interview session for so day, and would like for you to come and all that. I was like, okay, no problem. This is the time for me to showcase my, you know, abilities. So I just did a little research. I didn't really know what software testing then, because it was just starting off, you understand? And then when I got there, you know, I saw like, well, over like 20 people that they interviewed and all. And then when it came to my turn, they asked me, oh, why do you choose software testing? I said, hey, God, what's software testing? I didn't really know so much, you get. So I just, you know, like told them that, oh, it's just you testing applications and all that. And they were now like, okay, since you finished from applied geophysics, how do you think that you're going to be able to, you know, incorporate this new job career, right? And I told them that I'm always willing to learn, right? I actually am in the science space, so there's nothing that I will see and I will not be able to, you know, understand over time. So, and I kind of like gave them, you know, bobo and all that to get. So, yeah, and after that, we're like 15 or so that they picked for the training. It was a 3-day intense training, and there was, you know, an exam after that. And I didn't actually even know that it was just only 4 people they were going to pick. And I was among the 4, you know, and that was how I started. So it was really shaky at that time because I saw there was an interest, because during the training I was like, okay, this is something that is actually interesting. It's not really hard. There's nothing that had to do with code as then, because you're a manual tester, you know. So it was really interesting at that point in time, and I would say that was how I started growing, you know, to become, you know, a quality assurance analyst. But yeah, so I would say for the second question, my advice to anyone is don't think that you can't do anything, right? What you can just focus on is just trying to attend seminars. I'm sure now by now we are all acknowledged Case Tech and some other training sites, you know, companies both online, on YouTube, utilize that. You know, then we didn't really have much information or will I call it publication or knowledge in software testing back then. So, but now you have all these things, and it's even on your phone, you know, so you can utilize all these things, you know, attend webinars, what else again? Go to LinkedIn, try to connect, get a good mentor. I know that we also have like a QA WhatsApp group too as well for testers, ANST. So you can also join there too and, you know, get insights. And yeah, that's just basically it. So thank you.
A round of applause for that. I think our stories are similar. For me too, how did I get a job? Through recommendation. During interview, they asked me a question I could not answer. I was just looking. After getting the job, what inspired me was the money. You know, when I saw the paycheck, man, we died there. All right, so next question goes to Mr. Okpe. So my question here is, so how can someone transition into software testing from a non-technical background? So what advice would you give for people, you know, in the non-technical background transferring to software testing? Transition, rather.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I think for me, I mean, our stories are very I mean, of course, back then, software testing started off as, most of us got into it as a mistake in code, right? I was also looking for a job. I applied to so many places, and you know. Meanwhile, I studied applied zoology in school. So that gives you context to, so you can relate when your question, non-technical background as it were. So I went for an interview as well. I just submitted my CVs to so many places. So I went for an interview and obviously I failed because the questions that they were asking me, I just knew right there that, you know, I failed this interview. But apparently the CEO kind of saw some things in me. I felt like, okay, I want to give this guy a shot and all of that. I mean, that's, to cut the story short, I got into tech, and one of the things I did for myself really was to, because I knew where I was coming from. I know quite well that I don't know anything about software testing. And, you know, then there was no platform as we have now. As a matter of fact, there was no ANST, there was nothing. So I was lucky enough to, I was surfing the internet and I saw something, MVA. I'm not sure they still do it again. It's a Microsoft Virtual Academy stuff, right? So I got into that. I went through their training process. And so that sort of opened my eyes to what software testing is. Now, so again, what I now did from there was, there is no seminar in Lagos that I would not attend. Trust me, back then there was literally software testing, Scrum, because then Scrum now started coming to Nigeria. I was always in all the Scrum meetings. I was all, the data, big data, then big data started coming to country. I was always in the Scrum, whatever, data, anywhere. Once there's an avenue to learn, right, I was always there. And so that's kind of helped me. Now that I'm, you know, I'm full-time QA person, but there's really nothing in tech that I've not done, really. I've done development, I've done whatever, you know. So again, this gives you an edge as a tester. Because one of the ways you gain respect as a tester really is when your developers understands that you know what you're saying. So for instance, if I catch a bug, right, I will not just tell you that this is a bug. I will go the extra mile to explain to you why this happened, what could have caused this bug, and I would also sort of suggest a solution for you, right? So now let me tie that back to the question. The best way, if you are coming from a non-technical background, the best thing you can do, right, is to be open to learning. You have to learn. You, like, trust me, there is really nothing else, you know, than be open to the fact that you have to learn a lot of things. I mean, that's the only way you can catch up, because guess what? You have other guys that probably studied computer science and all of these things, or they have access to some of these other platforms that you don't have access to. They have this advantage. So you need to be able to catch up and, if possible, beat them.
Thank you, Mr. Okwe. A round of applause for that. All right. So from what he said, Ngozi, you studied what in school?
Applied geophysics.
Applied geophysics. Okwe studied. I studied mathematics. And over the years that I've been training people, you know, when people fill form, I check what they study. I think over 90% of us didn't study anything computer related, you know. So I think that's something we all need to take from here. And lastly, like he said, you need to give room for learning. And to add to it, you need to enjoy it, you know. I think that's what keeps you going. Enjoy what you do, embrace learning, and enjoy, you know, the whole learning part. All right, so my next question goes to Miriam. Yeah, so Miriam, she has been a product manager, a product person, working with, you know, QAs and other stakeholders. So my question is, how do you handle situations where deadline compromise through testing efforts? You know.
Hi, good afternoon again, everyone. Unlike them, I was into it from the beginning, so I didn't jump into it. Started with computer science, and just like Okwe as well, I've done it all. From software development to QA. I've done QA, I do API testing. And product, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. So to answer this question on when timeline impacts quality testing, this is something that is day-to-day for me. And the first thing I do is, and I'm currently doing that now, once I come in, the first thing I do is to audit, if I come into a company, is to audit what they currently have. From the product, to the people, to the process, as a manager. And if you, all my team members, everybody, even Toby, it is 3 P's for me: product, people, process. Because if you have the right people, they will build the right product. If you identify the people that will use your product very well, you have the right data. If you build a remarkable product, you have good feedback and you sell it right. And then the process, if the process is okay, and you build a process in such a way that they can continuously improve, you have less work, more output. So once I audit that, if there's no testing artifact in that company, I put it there ASAP. The engineers must write a unit test. Oja is smiling, I showed him Pepe. Must write unit test, it is required. Before requirements even come into my hand, you must have tested that idea, because I test the idea. Even TestForge right now is a product. You can ask Toby, why are we doing this? Who will come? Right? And then the next thing is QA. I don't even quickly say everybody must do automation, manual. And it is not just for functional for me. From the beginning, QAs are already involved in the process from design, from requirements. Because as I am writing requirements, I want you to be checking me and auditing me, including the Figma file. If it's a company that you're already working as a QA, I expect you have more context than I do, because you have a very, very passionate relationship with that product than I do. And I want whatever we are building, you know where our loopholes are before I do as a product manager. I'm still going to get to your question. And I also want, once that is standard, once requirement is ready, I expect test case to start going on. Now, all of this has already preempted us having issues where there is not enough time. But with products and working with co-founders, they always give you a realistic timeline. And you just have to do that. Okpe has been there, you have been there, we have all been there. Now, what do we do in that case? The first thing to do is review the scope of the product. We want to do 20 things. We have just 2 weeks to test this. What are the critical risks right now that this product must not go out with? What are critical? What are high? What are the non-negotiables? People think getting more QA is the answer. No, sometimes not. Because if you increase the number of QAs, but you don't increase the number of engineers, you will find more bug with not enough people to fix it, and you're still not meeting the deadline. But this is where negotiation now comes in with management, with stakeholders. We have 20 things. These are the non-negotiable for this product. We've discovered, out of 20 things that are non-negotiable, we discovered 3. How can we have more time? Or how do we go out with a less impact than we planned? Let's say the product's supposed to be a full launch. How do we throttle in such a way that we only go out with a soft launch? Very, very small amount of people will test it, and we have more time on our hands to get feedback. And there are also instances where we actually do allow some bugs to go out, but it will be low in impact, and then we test them. That is why software development cycle is never done. So you have to be honest with your stakeholders, and you also have to be able to communicate with them. And you also have to do that with both written and verbal communication. If you say it today, the person you are saying it to may not communicate it to other people, or they may forget. But when there is a written documentation on, these are the risks we are taking if you want us to go out with this, these are the things that is going to happen, If it then happens, you know you've done your due diligence and everybody is aware. And with that, we've been able to circumvent it. There are instances whereby we do have to get more QA to test because we need to meet a timeline, and the scope of the testing is just too big for the internal QAs to work. So you have to be assertive, you have to communicate, you have to document, you have to also do enough stakeholder management. So that's how I'll answer that. Thank you.
All right, round of applause. Thank you, Miriam. Cool. So we go to our next question. So I'll be coming back from Hokpe down to Ngozi. So the next question here says, what role does domain knowledge play in a tester career growth, and how can they acquire it?
Okay. So the role that domain knowledge plays in testers' career growth is that it actually helps you to know your product, right? So for instance, now if you're working in a fintech space, right, you should be able to know how it works, maybe like a payment company that you're actually, for instance, InterSwitch. You need to learn how to, what the product is actually, speaking, like what it's giving to the customers in terms of how can I be able to use this payment service, what it does, what APIs I need to call, trying to understand the flow, trying to understand what the product does. And when you have that knowledge, you can be able to test the product, both the happy parts and also the negative parts too as well. And another role it actually plays is that it also helps you to write proper documentation, because once you have this, you can be able to document properly so that in case anybody comes to help in testing, or maybe it can be the QA or another QA, or it can actually be another product person, you can be able to at least let the person know that, oh, okay, this is what the product does, this is how it works. You can be able to, talk better on it, right? And for you to be able to acquire this is just for you to go and learn, to do research, do so many research about the company, about the product. You can actually check online. You can utilize Coursera, you can utilize Udemy, you can utilize YouTube. You can also go and do check different tutorials online too that can actually help. You can get documentation from the company or online too as well, to see how well you can best understand that particular product, so that you can be able to test better and test properly. You get. And what else again? What else? Yeah, talking to the developers, talking to the product managers too as well. That can actually help you, give you insights to be able to have, domain knowledge. And you need to give yourself time, because of course you're not going to learn everything in one day. It's going to take time. So you give yourself time to be able to understand what this works, how the product works, and use it, constantly. So yes, that's how I think, you can be able to get domain knowledge.
Awesome. Round of applause. Thank you, Ngozi. All right. So next is for Kwe. Yeah, so I know you've been a manager for years, and you've managed both junior and senior tester. During my early days as an entry-level tester, I could still recall all my flaws, my mistakes, how I frustrated my stakeholders. So I would like you to share some of the challenges you've encountered leading or managing either a junior or entry-level tester. Yeah. So we can learn on how, to package ourselves when coming in.
Okay, so I think the right question would be those. Okay, did he say I'm facing, or okay, he's facing because it's a continuous thing. It's still, I still face it. Thankfully, some of my guys are here, right? So, so you see, the reality is being able to understand that people differ. So you have some guys that they are very quick to understand stuff. and you also have some guys that are not very quick to understand stuff, right? So being able to sort of understand, and it's fair for me because I didn't just become a QA manager. I have been through the process myself. I still test actively, right? So I understand, you know, when some persons are sort of slacking. Of course, sometimes I have to, you know, do small so that they understand the pressure that is coming from the top, right? But generally, I think the best way is to understand the strength that everybody in the team has, right? And that's like the biggest answer to it, to understand the strength. So when you understand the strength of everyone working in your team, it's easier to manage them, knowing that some guys are very good. And you know the problem with when you are very good, you tend to get more work done. People push a lot of things to you, right? So I sort of understand my guys. I know if Evan is falling today, and you know they tell me this thing must go live now, I know people that I can give those tasks to, and I know some people that if Evan is falling, I can never assign to them. Not because they won't do a very good job, but because they need time to actually do that good job. So it's typically just understanding the strength of the people that are managing.
All right, so because of time, I'll be asking one more question, and we can give room for our audience to ask their own question. So, okay, yes. So this is for Miriam. So how can testers improve their communication skills to collaborate better with developers and stakeholders? And let me just chip in this. 2 years into my career, I was recommended to be fired because I had communication issues, you know. But I worked on it, you know, after the little encounter. So please help us, you know, how we can do better, improve our communication skills as testers.
Okay, I was hoping this question will go to Kokpe Anomi. Okay, if you are a QA tester or a software tester in the house, can you raise your hand? Okay, we have a good chunk of them because I'm passionate about this. I think for a QA, you need to understand your audience and communicate at the level that your audience needs. And that is actually a very tricky one. So if you are communicating to a developer, what a developer wants to know is, how do I replicate the problem? Now, that means you have to accurately describe the problem, the steps to reproduce, and link to screenshots or screen recording or both. If it is a ticket you are testing, that is a user story for people that are not into tech at the moment. You have to comment it under that documentation, under that particular ticket, so that they know that that is the ticket you are referring to. If you are using tools like Zafai, I think there's a way you also link it together. So now there are instances where the engineer is going to say, but it is working on my machine. And I know that is one thing that QAs hate. And the response is always, is it your machine that users are going to use? At that instance, it has gone far from just written communication, but to verbal. You need to patiently and politely and professionally say, okay, I'm sorry, what part of my report is not clear? Can we jump on a call and you both try to walk through it by you sharing your screen or doing whatever to just get that information across, right? Now, that is if you're working with a developer. As a product manager, I don't want that level of detail. I want to see how many bugs have you seen? How many is critical? How many is high, low, and low? And I want to prioritize again. No matter what priority you put in as a QA, I'm still going to prioritize. because it's my product. I know what is valuable, right? Even though there is documentation. Then I want to any impacts me from going to production, right? Because from whatever information you give to me, that's what I will translate to stakeholders, right? Then out of the test cases, how many has failed and how many passes? Yes, I have access to documentation to see the screen recording, and naturally, I'm a tester as well, so I can test those things, but not to the level of detail that you are going to do. So at that time, because there are different cases whereby I'm managing more than 2 projects at once, and they are going live at the same time. So I want at an eye level what will impede me from going on. And then with that, I want to have qualitative and quantitative data that will help me make a decision fast on my feet. Now, as a founder or CEO, right? So at product, I'll put product and test manager as the same people, right? Because we're at that same level. As a founder, CEO, or people in the C-suits, people that are not technical, that don't know what they are doing, they want to know what is the percentage readiness of this product. They don't care, yeah, it is not working on 100. No. What is the major environment it's supposed to go to? Is it Android? And on Android, what is the percentage readiness for this thing to go live? So if you have to communicate at that level, don't go and be saying, sir, 20 bucks, 13, one is critical. The step, you are already zoning them out. And the first thing, if you are working with the CEOs that I have worked with, is, what kind of dumb person do you call it like this? Because at that point, they are at a very, very high level of abstraction. They need to make a decision. So at that time, you're telling them, this app is currently not ready for deployment because it has gotten 86% severity issues, and our required level of acceptable severity to production is 10%, for an example. So you're already flagging to them that our required minimum is 10%. But this thing, the bug where they inside, they pack yam. They already know I have to either give you time or we have to withdraw that entire thing from going to launch. So the first thing is understanding which of your audience or stakeholders at that time you are communicating to, and communicate at the level that they need and they require. Now, if you're a QA here, the assignment I will give you is Google and read about stakeholders identification and management. There's some stakeholders that you need to manage, some you need to inform, some you need to keep along. It is very crucial if you want to maintain an effective communication within your career. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Wow, that's awesome. I wish I had mine. Well, I'm going to get that from you later. All right, so we'll be rounding up here and giving rooms for audience to ask questions. I'm sure we all agree that there's quite a lot of opportunities for us to learn, grow, and also make an impact in the software testing industry. All right, so at this point, okay, yes, so we'll be taking just 2 questions from the audience. Can you just signify by raising your hands? Thanks.
Abdurrahman, no. No. Okay. So, who?
Yeah, good afternoon. So when Toby was scrolling through the slide, I saw a question, but he skipped it. Because I'm actually a QA intern. So I want to know, there was a part I saw, how can starters, how can they showcase their skills or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, this is it, yeah. So I want an answer to that.
So the question says, what strategies can testers use to build a strong portfolio or showcase their skills effectively? Yeah.
Let me take that, because product managers always have to have a portfolio. The first one is, once you're starting out, you don't have the experiences. And like Ngozi, Toby, everybody here has said is they tried so many things, right? And even though they were not QA at that time, they picked relatable or transferable skills within those roles and brought it to QA, right? So you are a starter. We already mentioned some of the soft skills, right, at this time. Those are things that when you come into a company newly, it doesn't matter even if you're a starter, even an experienced person. You first of all harness your strengths, right? What are you good at? What are the soft skills? What are the transferable skills you're bringing in? When you now come into the company, those are the first things you understand. The first thing is to understand, how does the company operate and where do I fit in? At what level am I operating right now? Before you come in, at that time, you don't have anything to do. I think the first one as a starter is engage your friends that are in tech on their projects. I know a lot of us chase money, and money is important. But right now, this is when they started, it was easy. It wasn't easy, so I wouldn't say that. But they had the opportunity to experience it because it was a new domain. But now QA is getting more and more saturated. So you need to differentiate yourself from other people that are going for the same job, right? So right now, find a way to partner with your friends on projects, right, where you can showcase your skills. And those add into your portfolio before you even get a job. When you come into a company, the second one is to now showcase your skills, your talent through your strengths. Are you good at communication? Are you good at API automation? Those are the first things you should ask for, because it not only showcases you as someone that is a good fit for this role, but it also shows that you take initiative, business, right? And then you start trying to pick up the slack on the ones that you are not leading on. For a product manager, that is the way I'll answer that. But I think I'll allow Okwe pitch into that in something that around the QA front.
Okay, I think you sort of touched on the key things. But for me, as a QA manager, what I'm looking at, if I have like a QA intern, reliability is very important. And my guys knows this, right? So if you want to be part of those people that are preferred, in quote, you have to be reliable. I have to be able to trust that if I give you this to do, you will deliver, right? So it's very important. If you are just building your career, you must be reliable. You must be available. Very important. Because we are in a very funny work industry and all of that, where things are moving fast. And so you have to be able to catch up, right? So that's very important. And I think the most important is, what are you bringing to the team, right? As much as I want to teach you, but what are you bringing? What value would I see in you that would make me say that, as an intern, for instance, I want to retain you in my team, or once you are done with your internship, bye-bye to the team, right? So what value are you actually bringing to the team? And by value for a QA engineer or whatever it is that we call it, you know, so your skill, are you able to, so again, for intern, writing test cases, for instance, because that's like the basis of whatever it is that you want to test. I really want to see how creative you are with, I could paint you scenarios, you know, and then I tell you to write your test cases around those scenarios, right? So this goes into how you're able to understand requirements when this madam them have given us those requirements. Sometimes you might not even get requirements, you know. How you're able to think and, you know, write your test cases. These are the things that would sort of make you stand out, as it were, especially when you are starting off a career.
All right, thank you for that. I
All
think
right.
we have one more
the
question,
guy?
right?
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. So my name is Ojo Daniel.
He brought book.
All right. I'll refer back to the first time in the morning when Mr. Fogba mentioned about AI, with the training AI and all that in terms of testing. So I just want to mention, the question is that, okay, with the trending evolution of AI now, how do you think that AI and machine learning will affect QA testers or their software testers in
testing the software. So with the training technology of AI now, how do you think it actually affect that?
Okay, so you know the interesting thing about software testing, we shared our stories earlier where when I started my career, all I knew how to do was manual testing because guess what? That was the only thing available at that time, right? We went past that phase where we now got into automation, right? Back then it was Selenium. So the only thing people were exposed to was Selenium. You now had Catalan come into play before we now had the likes of Cypress and all these new guys that just came into the market. Now, what I'm saying in essence is this. Our role as QA engineers will still be very relevant because guess what? Things will come in, and as those things are coming in, we're also evolving. Now, the problem would then be if you as an individual, you are too comfortable with where you are, right? So all the manual testers, you know, if what you knew how to do at that time was just manual testing, and when automation came in, you refused to also upskill and upgrade your skill, then you are probably just there now, right? So when that AI also comes in, because AI also needs certain input to do whatever it needs to do, right? So you still be relevant, just that your relevance will not be in another form, right? So you might not necessarily be the one to execute the test scenarios, but you'll be the one to sort of determine the scenarios that the AI would execute. So your role will still be very, very relevant.
Let me add to that. With the advent of AI and someone that is an AI lover, AI is going to take a lot of roles, but the last one is going to be software testing. That's my opinion. Because as sweet as unit testing is, Cypress and all that, we still do manual after. Have you forgotten? Because there are some scenarios that machine cannot test. In fact, I'm scared of AI doing my job than I'm scared of AI doing your job. Right? Your role is still going to be relevant because that's because of what Opa just said. Like, so, because there is an human aspect of QA testing that is hard for any AI right now. I don't know when Voltron now comes, is different. That would take, right? So I think we still have a long way for AI to catch up with QA testing, in my honest opinion. Thank you.
A round of applause for our panelists. Okay, that's...
Any other question? One more?
Okay, let's squeeze in one more, then we wrap up.
One more?
Thank you. I was wondering if I was very small. Okay, actually I have two questions, but I'll just go for the most, oh, I'm to stand up, sorry. Okay, so essentially, for context, I am a QA, should I say aspirant? I'm just starting out, I'm still learning. So my first question is, what skills or certifications do you think are essential for a beginner in software testing? Especially someone who is looking to land an internship role, say within the next 1 month.
Very aspiring.
Okay, I guess let me answer that. In terms of certification, we all know, I'm sure we have so many QAs here. We have the ISTQB founder certification. So that also is kind of like helps you to be able, they have a booklet and you have the exam section. So once you read the booklet, that means you already have an idea of what QA is, that software testing, the methodology, software test cycle, you know, and all that. So I think what you should try to do is focus on writing ISTQB. And another one that I would say is BCS. So BCS certificate in IT. So that's actually kind of like, they have three modules. So they have the software development, they have the computer networks, and something infrastructure. So I think, so you should also focus on that because that will give you an understanding of what APIs are, software development process, in terms of computer networks, to be able to understand different things too as well. So those are the two recommended certifications I would, tell you to focus on. So yeah.
I'd like Toby to also add to that.
Let me speak to the essential skills required for beginners. So I would say focus on the technical and non-technical skill. One of the mistakes I made early in my career was I was just focusing on the technical aspects, neglecting the non-technical part of it. So as a beginner, as you're learning the basics, like test case writing, or mention, how to report bugs, communicate effectively, also focus on the soft skills like how to communicate effectively, how to collaborate, how to manage your time. All this put together makes you a better QA. There was a guy, a friend of mine, trained many years ago. He got it right at his early stage. 3 years into his career, he became a manager, not because he had 10 years experience, but because he had the required skill to manage stakeholder and also deliver the job. So that's my advice on essential skills required for beginners. Yeah.
Okay, so let me also just chip this in, and this is very important. Certification is very good, very, very good, but don't necessarily focus on certification. Because guess what, if you are certified as a tester and you come to me, you want to get a job and you can't do jack, I would not employ you. That's the reality. I'm not going to employ you. As a matter of fact, I got my ISTQB certification say about 7 years or thereabout. I started, testing. So don't focus on certification. Don't get me wrong. Certification is very good, but don't let that be your priority. It's expensive. I mean, why not just go for getting the skill, the experience, then it's easier when you want to write the certification.
Cool. All right, so at this junction, we'll be closing this panel session, and thank you, all my panelists, for being
round of applause.
So let's just quickly take a group picture.
Photographers, please, can we have some pictures?
Oh, okay.
Puchichon. Smile, Jesus loves you. All right, thank you.
Thank you so
Madam
much.
Ngozi, Mr. Okpayemi, Mr. Toby, Madam Miriam.
Thank you. I was waiting for the madam in front of you.
Thank you.
I want to attest to what Okpe said. I have been in his interview session before. PC, should I tell them? I know, should I tell them? So, Okpeyemi is an impeccable manager.
There's a round of applause for that title.
He's an impeccable
that title does
QA
not come with
manager.
certificates.
If you have a chance to work with Okpeyemi in the course of your career, there's nowhere you will go to. You will succeed. I'm not hyping. I've not worked with him directly, but I have worked with him indirectly. Okpeyemi was hiring for a senior manager role. Now, it's going to answer your question and his own question, which is, he needed senior people. He doesn't have time. He needs people that can get the work done ASAP. And the first one, where the experience comes in as a starter, is we were interviewing someone that doesn't fall into the criteria. I literally pushed the person forward to him. I was so sure the person was going to fail. And she failed. But there are ways that you will fail majestically, that the recruiter will not be able to say no. Because that person came with 60, let's say we're looking at 50% soft skills, 50% technical. And that girl came with 55% soft skill, 10% technical. She was sound. There were so many scenarios that we gave during that interview that she answered so well. I was like, okay, even me, I'll recruit this person.
So there are times whereby we go for jobs and we know, oh, I don't fit in. I always tell anyone in any career, interviews are a learning experience. The way you will interview with you lesson is not the same way we will interview with Sterling. Don't be scared to go for interviews. At the beginning of your career, you will fail interviews, majestic, like in a very, very huffy way. But you learn from that one and be better on the next one. You need to know that as a starter and know peace. Now, where experience came in, certification. This one came. Medical I'm talking about. PAC certification, I had like 4. I said, you said you do Cypress and Selenium. It was piece, this broken piece, this wicked piece that asked the guy question. He couldn't defend that certificate because the thing is, once you bring that thing to the room, you've said, you are telling the employer that I have gone through all of these experiences and I have a certificate to back it hell up. So the question they will ask you will be different. It's not enough about just knowing the theory. You also have to be able to apply it. And this person could not answer the question. And Okoyemi and one other person said something that I cannot go lower. This person said he has done ISCQB twice and also has 4 years of experience but cannot answer this question. They are not a good fit. So in summary, you need to find a balance. Gain the skills, gain the experience. When you get the certification, it opens more doors, but be ready to defend your criteria. That's it from me. Thank you, everybody.
So don't fall under the pressure of certificate phobia. Am I right? So there are companies, basically, from what I understand, there are companies that want to know what's in your head and not what's on the paper.
Yeah.
So you don't have conflicts of personalities. Paper is intelligent, head is dumb. All right. We are going to be having a raffle draw. And that raffle draw is going to bring about our scholarship scheme for Case Academy. Cool? Talk.
Case Academy.
And it's being prepared now. We are mixing the soup, the curry, the thyme.
Why is curry going first in your own soup?
So you go purge. So
you already know he doesn't know how to cook very well.
Apparently, I'm a very good cook.
Debatable?
Test my food. So it's been a very educative, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you. I've seen a lot of people jotting things down, taking things away out of the box. Some people are breaking buildings to get information. So I want to know, is there one key thing that anybody here will say, thus far, this is my take home? Apart from the Gala and Fanta.
I'm coming to my packer.
Is there someone that can, with your full chest, stand now and say, this is just one, this is my take home? Just one intellectual.
Sorry, before we go to that person, remember there was a packer at the beginning of
Our book is full, cool?
Yes. I'm looking at her book now.
She will sell that book as textbook.
It's not as full as I expected. But maybe she's also people that estimate plenty information per minute.
Or laptop, AI.
So
recording.
I want to go to Oluwapelumi, who at the beginning said, I want to pack a lot of information.
So please, Pelumu, give us one take home for you before we come to Patrick.
Okay, before coming here, I don't have any knowledge about QA testing. It's my friend here that is a QA tester. And I see the way she rant about work, the way she go about, like she has no life apart from working. So I was like, okay, let me come here. Let me understand what exactly you are doing. Let me understand what work exactly is stressing my friend. But coming here now, I can like see the light. Now I understand
why
the
she doesn't
impact.
have the life.
No. Why her job is so important and why she takes it as important as she does is because she's the kind of person that she likes to give people best experience. So I think this work is something that is perfect for her. And coming now to see that, oh, okay, this is what it's about. It's about giving people like the best experience they can have on the software, making sure that they're using this thing with no disturbance and all. Everything is going smoothly like it should go. And what she said, that it's all a continuous process. It doesn't stop. So I'm so glad I was here. I was so glad.
So she's glad on behalf of her friend. Now she knows why her friend is the way she is.
Lord, she came, she heard, and she packed. Praise the Lord Jehovah.
Patrick has something to say as regards to what his take-home is.
Patrico. Intellect.
Intellect Patrick, IP address.
Okay, first of all, I really want to be thankful for all the organizers and the presenters. I really learned a lot. And first, I learned that I don't need to have an idea of QA before I would be a QA. And secondly, I am this kind of person that I love to learn. So anywhere there is something like this, I'm always eager to, to be myself, to be found amongst, So I'm grateful because now I understand more about software testing. Yes, I am able to understand more about software testing.
All right, thank you. Is there no one else? Anyone else?
There is. I have 2 more people to go.
Building shaker.
Give them.
Wiki ambassador.
Give them. Let me answer him first.
All right. Yeah. So I think from the last session, what I will just talk about is the fact that the speakers lay emphasis to sticking with the process. We understand that they started from different backgrounds, but the process that took every one of them to where they are today is the same, and they remain consistent on that process. So it's very important for us, for those of us that are starting out, and those of us that have started for a while now, to also maintain that kind of seriousness and keep to it.
So basically, you're preaching consistency, quoi?
Yes.
Fair enough. Is there anyone else?
So my take home is that quality is everyone's responsibility.
Oh shit. Oh, Wiki.
Not just developers, but everyone.
Excuse me, your name again?
Oluwatobiloba.
Oluwatobiloba.
Yeah.
I just want to adopt you, that's all. But let's continue.
No problem.
Our mom is right beside her.
No, you can take me. I really. No, I'm not. But you can take me.
What is it? Haven't you done enough? Okay.
So that's
Go ahead.
just it. Yeah, that's just it.
No,
Thank you very much.
please, you have to say that again. It wasn't clear.
Okay, I said that quality is everyone's responsibility.
All right.
Not just QA engineers, but also developers and DevOps. So I really enjoyed this event. It's very wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Oluwatobiloba.
Okay, as you're seeing our media team, there are Case Media. You can see they are very demure, very cutesy. They are very professional. They are not all in your face. So if you have a corporate event, very, very big event, wedding, anything, call us. One call and we're there, and we're going to really cover your event to the top-notch service that you deserve. Thank you, everyone. I think I also want to hear from our guest speakers on how this event is for them.
We've had so many over intelligent guest speakers, but something I observed, as much as they spoke, they were impactful, and I could see the energy being transferred. And the reason why it was like that is because the audience were ready to receive. Hallelujah, somebody.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, so we'd like to know, aside the impact you've brought forward on stage here, we'd like to know, would you be willing to stand as a mentor to any of this, up and coming? Give Mr. Tosin the mic, please. Up and coming.
When the question was being asked, I knew the mic was coming to Mr. Okpe.
So which among you speakers would be willing to say, I can be a mentor if you want you approach me. Which one of you, please? Or is that too much work?
Well, she already gave me the mic. So
let's have it.
Okay, so I'm very open to mentorship.
Oluwatobiloba, can you hear?
The only thing really is...
Patrick, can you hear?
Okay, so I was saying that as much as I'm very open to mentorship, but it's time is always the challenge. But if you can catch me when I am not working, yes, no problems.
This is the problem. He is never not working. So how do we catch him? All right, so I wanted to say that our guest speakers are still available, are around, so feel free to
catch them.
Catch them young. Oh, sorry, catch them old or experienced. Okay.
So would you be available for mentorship, basically, is the question.
Considering
the intelligence that is oozing from your capacity, you need to share.
I'm worried about this Sona Basha thing, no.
Say that again?
I said I'm worried about this Sona Basha thing.
Don't be worried, just.
Alright, it's fine. Just like Mr. Okwe, I'm open to mentorship. I myself am a product of mentorship. Under tutelage of the founder. I think mentorship is quite very important for someone who is starting. I think we missed that at some point. I can't really remember, but since it was missed out, right? Mentorship is really good. It would help you to shaping how you progress. So for me, available. You want me to be your mentor, you need to be aspirational, you need to be commitment, you need to be able to put in the energy, the effort required. I can give you the content of the things that you need to know as a starter QA engineer, but you won't wait for me to tell you, oh, this is what you're going to do next. After you've done this is what you're going to do next. No, so you need to be intentional about it. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
In summary, if you want Olubenga to mentor you, come correct. That's what it means.
Let's have a say. We'd also like to hear from Madam Ungozi.
Yeah, I'll be open to mentorship, but I want my mentee to be very, very, you're willing to learn. You have to be willing to learn, and you have to give it your all. And I would just want you to come with a lot of questions so we could all be on the same page and we could all achieve our goals at the end of the day. So just be open and be willing to learn a lot of things.
All right, cool, fair enough. Yeah, Tosin, yeah, you're back.
Yeah, just like you said, yeah, I'm open to mentorship as well, too.
Okay,
and you have to be open to be able to learn as well.
So if you've been following, you'll hear the consistency of willingness, readiness, coming correct.
I'm coming to the madam of the house, too.
So let's have the final.
QA.
Mark their faces. Mark their faces.
QA lead, Interstitial. They are the one controlling all your money in this country. There is no money that doesn't pass through the switch. Money woman. Mr. Okpayemi Sterling. Money man. So let's hear it.
Yes, I'm open to being a mentor. Well, like what my colleagues have actually said, you have to be willing, you have to be dedicated. It's not like there will be somebody that will be there saying, okay, have you done this, have you done that? You know, we just would be able to provide the resources that we can within our reach, and it's just only left for you to be able to take it upon yourself to do what you need to do. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I definitely would respond, and also on WhatsApp too as well. And yeah, or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is fine, but yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all you've said, all you've shared, and the willingness to be mentors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In Case Academy, we also have mentorship program after you're done with your training. So if these professionals are willing to go that way, we will be the one coordinating it along with their time. So as much as she has given the free way for you to reach out to her on LinkedIn, let us be very cutesy, very demure when we are reaching out to her. And just saying hello is not enough.
say what you want to say what you want to get so that she can respond. Because she's a very baby. They are all busy people. Thank you.
You know, hello these days might be billing. So go direct.
All
That's why
right.
some of us don't check on people because they say, how are you is a problem.
Okay. We're trying to wrap up now. If you have more than one number with you, could you please raise your hand? I saw that we shared more numbers. Okay.
Yeah, this is the raffle draw we're kicking it into
Toby.
now, so please.
Toby, how many numbers are they supposed to have with them? Maximum 3 or 4. So if you want to learn more than one thing, where is my raffle draw number, career woman?
Do we have it now?
This sponsorship, this scholarship is being sponsored by Case Academy Alumni, formerly NATO Solutions, by Case Academy and Case Tech and Software Test Nation. So please, let's give them a round of applause. We have 3 scholarships to give out. We have functional testing, we have automation, and we have entry level. Now, each of these courses worth over 150,000 naira. So please, if you do get this, make it the best use of those time. And the interesting thing about Case Academy is after we train you, we train you. This means after you're done with your theoretical aspect, you also intern for 3 months to be sure that you actually understand what we taught. You get a certificate of training, and in that position as well, if there is a placement, you get that offer. If there is none, automatically you are part of our alumni network where we post new jobs every other month. So this is a good opportunity for anyone willing to enter into the QA industry, looking to transition, looking to upskill. Now, are we ready?
The numbers are going around now, so.
If you need more than one, take it. Our alumni are ready. They are capable. They have dropped money. How many scholarships do we have going out, Toby?
3. 3 scholarships.
3 each.
3 departments.
10 for entry level, 5 for.
Okay, so by reports reaching me, I thought it was just 3 before. We have 10 scholarships to give out for entry level today. That is over 1.5 million naira going out of our pocket today. And we have 5 API test training, 2 million naira, because one of those tests costs 200 to 50K. And we have 5 automation test scholarship to also give out. You can check our website for the prices of these scholarships, and you know that Case Academy and our alumni are doing an amazing job. All right, are we all ready? Do you have your number? We are starting in 30 seconds.
25.